What's going on, guys? So today's topic, we're going to be talking about essentially working harder versus working smarter, what that kind of entails, what it means to me, and that, I think everybody wants the instant gratification. I think everybody wants things to work out quickly for them. I don't think a lot of people really want to put in the work, and that's understandable, but there's something amazing that comes with the work. There's something incredible that comes with hard work and effort and things working out when you take the harder route, right? That sense of self-respect and pride and appreciating what you've accomplished so far, right? I think, a lot of times, whether it's working out, whether it's YouTube, whether it's your job, whether it's your hobbies, a lot of times I think people want to take the easy route. People want to have their, eBay stores blow up quickly. People want to have their YouTubes, their channels. They want to have their channels have lots of traction. They want to have lots of subscribers immediately. Everyone wants to feel special, essentially. But really, I could be cliche and say we're all special in our own little ways, which is, somewhat true. But at the same time, none of us are special, right? We have to create what we become, right? We have to build our value. We have to build our value, and we are the asset, and we have to build on the asset that we are becoming, right? I don't know how that sounds, but okay, so in life, I don't think I've had an easy route with anything. When it came to making friends, I was always very outgoing. I would always put myself out there, try to meet people, try to make friendships, whether it was in school or whether it was in work relationships. I always try and put myself out there and be a little more outgoing than I naturally am, right? This goes hand in hand with just the challenges and working harder versus smarter. Sometimes you have to put in a little bit more effort than other people. I think, it's a great idea to be able to work smarter and be more successful than other people, because you're able to think smarter, you find shortcuts. Everybody wants that, right? But whether it was creating relationships with people, always having to be more outgoing, whether it was schoolwork, I always had to bust my butt to get decent grades, right? I was not a natural straight A student by any means, and I'm not saying that people are naturally gifted as far as, getting good grades and doing well in school, but I was not one of those people. I barely got the grades that I had. I stayed after in a lot of my classes. I would, make friends with the teachers, stay after late in a lot of my classes to get ahead. I did this in high school. I did this in college. And I did it in my work, my first jobs. I stayed after, technically I would have to go home to show my bosses at the time that I was willing to put in the work. And now I'm doing it all over again. I'm doing it with YouTube. I'm doing it with the bar. I'm doing it with my workout routine. And it just, these days, everything just seems like compounding work. It just seems like I'm constantly doing something, constantly have some kind of hustle. And I've always been that way. I've never really been a sitting duck. I've always had something going on. There's some saying, idle hands are the devil's hands or something like that. And while I'm not really religious, I do believe that when you're sitting around and you're not doing anything with your time, it's an absolute tragedy, right? Like, I don't think that the lifestyle of because I dreamed of having the work smarter lifestyle versus working harder, right? Here's a great example. I dreamed when I went to school for finance and business that, someday I would be out on a boat somewhere, out on a beach somewhere, trading stocks, making money easily with barely any effort, based on my information, my knowledge, and there are people out there that are killing it. I didn't end up being one of those people. I do think that my stock investment, my largest one in a company called QuantumScape, I do think that that's working out. And again, that's been another perfect example of taking the harder route than necessarily the smarter route. I have just had to continue buying, continuing trying to average down on my share price. And it's not been fun. It's not been fun. It feels like work through the whole way. But when that stock eventually does work out, if it works out, I will tell people this wasn't like a get rich overnight thing. This was, I invested in this company for years and they finally did well. And they're starting to the stock has been trending down for the last couple of years and starting to trend a little bit back up. So it looks like a solid contrarian investment. But anyways, I've always had to work my butt off. Lately, it feels like I'm nonstop working, but the whole day trading, this whole lifestyle that I thought I was going to have, it didn't work out, right? My dreams of having a certain lifestyle didn't work out and it was crushed. And here I am now with a family, with this YouTube, working out every day, running a full-time business, selling cards, shipping stuff out every day. I am absolutely crushing it. I am at the peak of my, what you could say, my ambitious goals, being productive. I'm having peak productivity right now, and that feels really good. Am I doing as well as I could be doing? Could I have gotten a better job in life? Could I have done something with my degree? Other than running the bar now? Yeah, I could have, but I am basically working my butt off right now to make everything work. I am working hard doing eBay, I'm not necessarily working smarter, finding, perfect cards to flip, because for those of you that don't know, if you're watching this video, the foundation of my channel has been Pokemon. So I do a lot of buying, selling, investing, I've just been doing a ton of listings, just like, I don't even know what I'm working towards, but I know that I'm working towards something, and I'm just gonna keep trying and keep following those goals. And with YouTube, it's the same thing. I wanted YouTube to work out really well, and it's worked out, but it's worked out because I've been putting in the time, right? You guys can see I've almost got 700 videos in the last 2.5 years. I have been putting the time in on this channel, or maybe it's been 3 years, I'm not sure. I've been putting in the time on this channel, and it does fly by, which is cool because you put in all that hard work and then you see the fruition of that work. You see your channel doing well, you feel proud of yourself, you have some pride, that feels good. Sometimes working really hard and having things work out, that is the best feeling in the world. And it's okay that I would say 90% or more of us are having to just bust our butts to make things work. That's okay that things don't just come easy. If they came easy, life would not be enjoyable, right? Life would not be enjoyable without challenges. Everything that makes life painful is also what makes life enjoyable. Hardships are part of what allow you to be more grateful when things are going well. Like right now, things are going pretty well. The other day, we had some issues with our kitchen, and our washing machine was leaking, and I cleaned everything out and fixed it and got on top of it, but the floors were damaged. But at the end of it all, I was just like, what? Stuff's gonna happen. Now I can appreciate my dishwasher not leaking and not, the possibility of ruining the floors. Challenges and setbacks in life, speed bumps, I guess you could call them too. They're all there for a reason to make you enjoy when times are smoother, right? When things are calmer. And I feel like we all feel this way too, that when things are calm, when the water is steady, you're just waiting for something to happen, right? It's something, there's a yin and yang to everything, I swear to God. Something good happens. Perfect example. I sold a deck of Pokemon cards, a Blaine Gym Challenge themed deck. I sold it for $400, $450 the other day, and I got that deposit from eBay today. And then, bam! I got hit with a $300 heat bill because our furnace went out, and I got that fixed. but I didn't realize that getting the heat powered back up in our house, filling up the house again with heat, catching back up to that was going to cost us an enormous amount of money. Also, I'm guessing because the heat was on and the furnace wasn't working properly, that, I don't know, I feel like they upcharged us a bunch, because $300 was the most insane heat bill we've ever had here. But it's just like, I had a great sale on eBay and then boom, I got hit with a ridiculous heat bill. Like, it's just, life's always gonna throw stuff at you, and you know, you have to roll with the punches. I don't know how this video is gonna look today. The camera is telling me that more light is required. It's super gloomy out today, like it's super overcast in Charlotte. It's been raining all day. So I figured that, you know, I knew that I wanted to do like a vlog style video and just kind of talk about my life and things that I'm going through. What I did not realize is that even though we're in the sunroom right now, I didn't realize that that overcast weather would really dull the light in here so much. I mean, this is as dark as it's ever gotten in here pretty much during the day. So hopefully the video quality doesn't suffer too much. That's also why I'm sitting a little bit closer. But anyways, this is a new thing. We're starting to do this. I'm starting to talk about this, you know, doing these kind of vlog style videos more, so they don't have to all be perfect in the beginning. But I want to strive to eventually get to a point where, like, I know exactly where I'm placing my camera, how I'm going to sit, how I'm going to talk to you guys. And I think this is it. I think sitting a little bit closer and leaning in a little bit is kind of the move. You know, it feels weird. It feels like I'm talking too far away sitting here, but maybe this works too. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But what was I will say, this is way more relaxing. I will say, yeah, challenges make life worthwhile, and it's just a part of life, the yin and yang. And you know, with YouTube, I've worked really, really hard to get the subscribers and the views that I have, and you know, it gets frustrating. You know, sometimes you see other channels that are doing really well, and you know, you notice that there are people taking shortcuts. There are people kind of cheating, you know, the game, right? And I get it, right? I totally get it. Fake it till you make it. Like I totally get it. You know, people having fake subscribers or a fake following, I get it, because if you look big and then people kind of buy into that, then they'll watch your content. But this one Pokemon content creator, his views are around the same views that I will get on some of my more popular videos, and we have such a different subscriber base, right? I have not even 5,000 subscribers, and they have over 100,000 subscribers, right? But you don't see that correlation in the comments or in the views or even in the likes. So it's interesting to me. Like, I can tell when people are trying to take that shortcut, and you know, I don't think that feels good at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I would rather have it hard, take time to build up my channel, know that I did it, you know, brick by brick, building up this channel into what it's going to be someday, and you know, taking risks, you know, and you know, I don't want things to be easy. I want things to gradually build and be a reflection of my hard work and my ethic, right? Anyways, when you're trying to take shortcuts in life, for me at least, whenever I try and take shortcuts or do something that I think is going to be easy money, it just doesn't work out like I thought. And this goes into, you know, I was a sneakerhead at one point. I was buying and selling sneakers. I was going to conventions. I thought that was, you know, a lifestyle that I wanted at one point, and it just wasn't working out. And now that fad is practically dying out. I did the same thing with cars. At one point I was buying, you know, I have a couple cars. I like to think at one point I thought of myself as a collector of nice, older German naturally aspirated cars. And I thought, you know, these are going to be great investments. But then you're dealing with, you know, maintenance costs and insurance and taxes every year. And, you know, I'm realizing, looking back on that like, okay, like this was another thing that I thought would be a shortcut. I could drive these cars and enjoy them. And then you go to sell, and now the market's completely different, and it's not in this boom car market that we just had. For a minute there, I was thinking, oh, I did really well on those investments. And now I'm realizing that no, that's, again, not working out like I had thought it was. You know, with the bar, it just feels like I'm nonstop working, right? I went from barely really being involved in the bar that I run to almost being there every single day. And I honestly don't have a problem with it. At first, it was a little bit frustrating. I wanted more time to myself. I wanted time to relax. I wanted time to play video games and watch movies and spend time with Diana and Aspen, my fiance and my 2-year-old little girl. And I'm constantly, you know, and that's a struggle in itself, right? Trying to balance your family time and your ambitions and your goals and trying to make all that work. And that's something I'm even more proud of, the fact that I am able to spend time with them, run the bar, go to the gym every day, do these YouTube videos every day. This is definitely a testament to how hard I'm willing to work. And if you're out there and you're watching this and you get anything relatively helpful from this video, I hope that it's work hard, work really hard, because eventually it does pay off. It almost always pays off to work hard. There's, you know, always that saying in the back of my head, you know, work smarter, not harder. But for some of us, that just isn't really a great option. For some of us, working harder actually does really, really pay off. You know, the more shifts that I take, the more time I'm at the bar, the more time I'm making relationships with customers, it's been translating into more money, okay? The more present I am there, it's translating into more money, more wealth, more success. I feel like I'm making more progress, even though I am putting in way more time than I should be. I would probably say between the bar, going to the gym, doing eBay, selling stuff, shipping stuff out, doing videos, I would say between all of that, I'm probably doing like somewhere between 60, 70 hours a week in terms of work. And I know that YouTube is it's not supposed to seem like work. Going to the gym is not supposed to seem like work. You know, doing eBay, you know, shouldn't necessarily seem like work. It should be, you know, a little side hustle that I kind of enjoy, but everything lately seems like work. The more I boil it down in my brain, it's just constant work, effort. How much effort can you have in everything that you do? Can you up that? Can you constantly try and up that and push yourself to do more, to be better, you know, and really try and be the best version of yourself and not necessarily take the easy route? You know, it's, I see less people in the gym than I've ever seen going into the gym. And it really gives me an idea, right? It gives me an idea of how hard people are willing to work. And what I see is that people are not willing to work hard, right? And you know, you could say, well, Orion, you have a night job. You have more time. Like, your schedule works different than other people. It's easier for you to get this stuff done. Nothing is easy. Nothing good that you're working for, nothing great that you're trying to accomplish is going to be easy. Everything, I just burped a little bit. Everything is going to be difficult that's going to be good, right? And and this is especially with all of the influencers and the YouTubers out there that are saying like you don't need to be stuck in the 9 to 5. YouTube is another 9 to 5. YouTube is like a 9 to 5. It's more work on top of that. Even when it's going well, now you have all these people watching, you have all these eyes on you. You have so much pressure to perform. Like, no matter what, it's all work, right? So anybody like who's preaching, especially, you know, I feel like the top investment, you know, wealth gurus of YouTube, like it's kind of hard for people to preach and give advice, especially when you're not sure if they are even qualified to give that advice, but more so, you don't know how hard they've had to work to get where they are so that they can say, anybody can do this. This is easy. You can do it too, right? But the same guy saying that could have been on YouTube, could have been investing, could have been failing over and over for the past few decades. We don't know, right? I don't think there's anybody, I don't think there's a large group of people out there that pop up uber successful, right? A lot of people are building onto that success. And that's kind of the main point of this video, is that like, you can try working smarter. I like the idea of it, but in my life personally, and so I feel like it's more honest and transparent and authentic to say that working hard is not a bad thing. Working harder is an amazing thing, and we should be proud of that. And when you've done a long day's work, and whether it's physical or mental, but you are exhausted and you really feel like you've earned it, that's a good thing, right? You know, and there's the ethical part of it too. Usually when you're working hard, you're working ethically. Usually when things are easy and you're taking shortcuts, I feel like there's usually some kind of ethical, moral dilemma. And I'm not saying I'm an angel, because I'm not. I have definitely in my life tried taking shortcuts, done things that I shouldn't have done. You know, even with, you know, my eBay, occasionally I put cards, I list them for way higher than they should probably be listed. You know, it's a nice, you know, one can dream, right? One can fantasize, but at the end of the day, like, it feels good when you help other people and they're happy with what they get, especially if you can hook them up and give them a good deal. And I'm maybe not in the best position to give people the best deals, so, you know, I can't really do that quite yet. But ultimately, you know, with my eBay, I want to revamp that, start selling more stuff, and give people better deals, and kind of work harder and not necessarily bank on like, someone's gonna buy this and I'm gonna make a bunch of money on it. More and more I'm realizing that I need to get craftier with how I'm, you know, sourcing the cards that I'm selling. And, you know, I don't want to get into Pokemon too much, because this is really more like personal vlog style videos, just talking about random stuff. But yeah, I just didn't want it to go too long, so I think it's good to end it here. I hope you guys got something good out of this. But you know, if you've got a really cushy situation where you're making really good money and you're not having to work that hard, you're not having to put much effort into it, maybe it's time to challenge yourself a little bit in something else. You know, I applaud anybody out there who's got a system down, that's putting very little time and effort into their work life and is, you know, killing it. Like please, I want to know how to do that better. I want to know how to work smarter. I want to know how to put less effort in. But at the same time, it's almost like the gym also is starting to leak into the rest of my life. Like, the harder I work and the progress that I'm making with myself physically, I'm starting to think a little bit clearer, and I'm realizing that I don't want anything to come easy, right? I don't want to, you know, just coast through life. I want life to be full of challenges and hurdles, and, you know, that's the whole adventure of this life, you know. And if you work really hard out there, keep working hard. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you're putting in more effort than most people. I know when I'm bartending, you know, we have a couple other bartenders, and nothing against any of them. Everyone who works at Starlight is fantastic. Seriously, we have an incredible staff. Everyone is great. But one thing I notice is that every single drink that I make, every single cocktail that I make, I put love into it. I put effort into it. I don't necessarily just try and make a quick cocktail, throw something together, and give it to the customer and hope that they like it. No, I got my money. It's a good deal. No, I want to make the most fantastic cocktail I can make with what I have on hand. And that's just a reflection of everything that I'm trying to do right now. I am overworked. I'm slightly burnt out. I don't spend enough time with my family, but I still am finding time to squeeze them in. I have a really supporting fiance. Diana is supporting me through all of this stuff, and seeing how passionate I am about, making videos, going to the gym, having, my eBay side business, running the bar. I'm working even days that I don't need to work at the bar. I'm starting to work even more days. And that's something that if you guys, are from my kind of the Pokemon community and you're watching this, I do, I'll bring this up again as well, probably on Wednesday, but we just lost somebody who was doing Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are starting to pick up again. And we've been working at my bar to make Wednesdays work out for a long time, and they're finally starting to work out. And I'm bringing in an event next week. So I was thinking that's going to be really good. That's going to be good money, good tips. And this is one of those situations where I could work easier and smarter, and I could have one of our bartenders just take that shift. And then they would be working it. It would be time off for me. I could do my live stream every Wednesday night. I do a live stream. I open up Pokemon card products. But this is one of those situations where I'm gonna have to be real with everybody. I might not be able to do Wednesday night streams as much as possible, because if I'm gonna push my life goals and make this bar incredible, I also have to be there all the time. I have to be super present to do that, to make those relationships with customers, to make those cocktails that people remember for forever, that give us incredible Google reviews, that keep people coming back for more. I have to be there for that. So this is, a situation where I could work smarter, but I'm probably gonna choose to work harder. I'm probably gonna go work the event, try and make tips off of that, when normally every Wednesday I'm not making any money. It's a night off. I'm doing my stream, and this isn't set in stone or anything. This isn't to say that there won't be a stream at all. I may push the stream to being on Sunday or something, another day that I have off. I may do something like that, or push the stream to be during the day. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. But something's got to give, right? And I don't want to choose YouTube over, all of my other ambitions too, right? And that's also why I'm going in a different direction with the YouTube, is because, I want to talk about my actual life and what's going on. And without the bar, I can't sustainably collect cards, do YouTube, have money for all the things that I want. I can't have that freedom without the bar doing really, really well. So I need to do, the hard work sometimes. And the bar is a big part of that. So I think Wednesdays I'm about to start working, which means I'll be working literally 6 days a week, every week. And it's exhausting, but the bar is turning into something really exciting, and I'm excited for that. And I hope it doesn't affect YouTube too much, but when people you'll notice on YouTube, when people get really busy with their personal lives or with their work, they don't post as often. I am a machine, right? I try and continue, keep going to the gym, keep doing eBay, keep posting stuff to YouTube, even though I'm working so much. I'm gonna keep trying to do this stuff, because it's always about, the challenges and getting over those hurdles and working harder, not necessarily smarter all the time. And here's another thing I do want to leave off with before we get out of here. If you are like me, you're 28, 29 years old, you're in your late 20s, let's say, or your early 30s, you're still young. You're still young. You have time to put into other things and to put more effort into things. And right, not everything is about work, right? Not everything is about making money and work. But it's a way that we're gauging our success and our progress in life. And so, if you're young and you're not doing enough right now, you're not gonna be able to do everything when you're older. You're just not. You're gonna get tired, you're gonna get exhausted, you're gonna get achy, things start to hurt. Things are already starting to hurt me. My lower back hurts, probably because I'm a bartender and run the bar, and I'm on my feet all the time. Which again goes into working harder. I'm always on my feet, but I like that. It keeps me in shape, keeps me physically fit, on top of going to the gym. But if you're in that age group and you know that you're not doing enough right now to stay in shape and be the best version of yourself, this isn't necessarily motivational talk, but this goes into working harder, not necessarily smarter. You can work smarter and not like looking in the mirror, right? You can work smarter and think you have things figured out and think that you are, the most efficient, effective person in whatever it is that you do, but you're looking in the mirror and you don't feel like you're really earning it. If that's okay with you, then by all means, but I want to feel like I'm earning it in this lifetime. When I'm gone, when I'm dead and gone someday, I want to look back and be like, I put everything that I had into everything that I was doing. Anyways, I'm getting preachy. I'm getting motivational. Anyways, guys, hopefully the quality wasn't too weird. It definitely looks like it's a little bit weird, but again, this is the first time I've done a vlog like this, and it's been like super overcast. So it's definitely super dark out today. Anyways, peace out, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Let me know what you think on, working harder versus smarter. If that even makes sense, if you got something out of it. I hope this helps someone out there think about their life, reflect on what they're doing. If they're, working hard enough or, not. Anyways, peace out, guys. Have a great one.